I've collected thousands of pieces of Mercedes literature over my 32 odd years in business. A lot of it came with cars, and I would put it away. And I was given by my brother Tony Spencer certainly 500 or 800 pieces that he had collected over his 45 years selling new Mercedes in San Jose. So I have a massive archive, and it served me well over the years. When I need to figure something out on one of these cars or another type of Mercedes, I could go into the archive and figure things out. Another reason why I was thinking about early 107s and 560 SLs is I happen to have an example of both here. Interestingly, both are triple black. So I have a 1972 350 SL US model, black on black, and I still have a 1989 560 SL, black on black. It's sold, but I'm just finishing it up, and we're just about ready to get the car out to the port and get it off to the Netherlands. So let's take a look at these cars. I want to take advantage of this while I have these two twins, bookends, if you will, for the 107 series cars. I had to ask myself when I would have a combination of SLs like this ever again, so I just decided I had to record this for sure. Triple black, 1972 350 SL. I sold this car 5 or 6 years ago. It's a 50,000 mile car, beautifully documented car. Triple black, 1989 560 SL, 14,000 mile car. Absolutely stunning single owner car. It's going to go to the Netherlands, and we're just taking care of the final loose ends here before we send it off. I just had to record these cars. I'll never have this opportunity again, I don't think. So really interesting comparisons here. I think we'll take them outside and we'll do a walk around on each car, and we can do a comparison on the cosmetics. They share a lot of sheet metal for sure, but they are very different cars as far as the character is concerned, and the overall impact of the design here. So let's take them outside and get a look at the cars. The black on black 89 560 SL is just gorgeous. It's definitely become an iconic shape, even with its extended 5-mile-an-hour US bumpers. Good ones are always in demand. Nice muscular shape. And of course, the biggest visual difference on these cars are the bumpers. 560s, of course, have the US mandated bulky 5-mile-an-hour bumpers front and rear. 350 was before that law was enacted, so nice and tidy, slim original bumpers that we associate with the Euro models, but this was a US car for a few years and until 74 came around. I'll drive the 560 SL first. This is, in fact, is the final road test before the car gets containerized and heads to Europe this week, so I like to drive it and make sure everything we had on the list to be taken care of is done. The car feels the way it should, which in this case is almost like a new 560 SL with only 14,500 miles on the clock. It's certainly going to be a tauter car than the 350 SL. That car is probably going to feel quite a bit softer than the 560. There's suspension geometry changes, of course low profile tires, lighter wheels. But they're satisfying cars to drive. Great ergonomics. I think this car's ready for the boat. Feels just like a new 560 SL should. And looking gorgeous in triple black. 040 black exterior, black leather, and a black original German canvas soft top. To many, this is the ultimate 560 SL, and to my client in the Netherlands, it certainly is the ultimate 560 SL. Well, now we're behind the wheel of the triple black 1972 350 SL. Quite a different experience. Also on a little test drive here, we did some ignition work with this car for my client who bought the car 5 or 6 years ago. Did a little ignition work last week, and I want to make sure everything's just right before she picks the car up. Well, there's some familiarity with the 560 SL. Dash pad looks pretty much the same. We've got manual windows, no wood in the car at this time, no airbag of course. It has these charming fluted individual horn contacts that mirror the fluted body panels below the belt line. Classic Becker Europa radio. Very different seating feel. It's much softer. You sit a bit lower in the car. No side bolsters in these first generation seats. They do have the same adjustments, although the height adjustment is pretty tedious, and you have to get down and rotate an eccentric cam to raise the back of the seat, raise the seat base a bit. But it has the same chiseled from granite feel about it as the 560 SL, and that's a characteristic that everybody was aware of and commented on when this car came out. The press were a little disappointed that it wasn't as sporty as the 280 SLs, but it couldn't be. The car had to be more of a luxurious touring car and a lot less fragile than the 280 SLs. So they feel nice as well, for sure. This car has just over 50,000 miles on it, and also comfortable, ergonomically well laid out.
72, and cruise control was not available in 72. And I've always recommended this car to someone who doesn't want to spend the money on a 280 SL and wants to use the car more regularly and wants something more durable and less fragile than the 280 SL. These early 107s, to my mind, they straddle the classic era as far as simplicity. Most of them have a stamped steel wheel with the classic painted wheel cover, so the car has more of a connection to the classic era pre-1971. But the driving dynamics and it's a safer car and it's a less fragile car. 280 SLs had aluminum doors, deck lid, and hood. This car is all steel. So it's a great alternative, a healthy 350 or small bumper 450, great alternative to something from the more classic era. Now these are rewarding cars to drive as well, more of a cruiser, softer. But you're looking out the exact same hood line, dashboard profile, exactly the same as the 560 SL. So really interesting car. Well, I'm happy here. The car runs the way it should. It was kind of a subtle miss on the highway, so it runs cleanly now. Head back to my office and